Welcome back, everybody, to Hungry Brothers. This is now week 4.
Oh, God.
It has consecutively been 4 weeks that we've sat down and recorded this pile of hot garbage.
Absolutely.
Of course, I am your host, Greg, otherwise known as Pork Chop, if you're looking at our horribly drawn graphic.
Absolutely. And I am Noe, or the Burger Man. I'm young, single, and ready to tinkle all over this podcast, Greg. What do we got going on today?
All right, so I've done fake sponsorships for the last 2 weeks.
What you talking about, fake?
I'm dropping that.
Oh.
Because what I'm going to do from now on, Noe, is
a real sponsorship.
No, I wish.
Oh.
But what I am going to do is I'm going to shout out real companies every week in hopes that one of them will pick us up eventually. So this week I want to talk about, if you look here, my brand new phone charger.
Oh, nice.
It's gorgeous. I want to shout out Anchor. Every time I've ordered something from Anchor, Noe, it's been fantastic.
I don't even know what Anchor is.
It's a company that makes nothing but electronic accessories.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So this phone charger is by Anchor. Our little USB hub plugged into my computer right now is by Anchor.
Sick.
Most electronic accessories that I own right now are by Anchor. The phone charger in my car, the phone charger that I use at work, all that's Anchor.
Right.
Just quality stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to shout them out, and maybe someday they'll give me money.
That'd be nice. Wishful thinking, but all right. Anyways.
No, you've got a food of the day this week.
I do have a food of the day. The food of the day this week is milkshakes. And you guys would be hearing me slurping on that sucker, but I was a little too rambunctious with my eating. And you know how that goes, you know, when you're too hungry and you just really want a milkshake. And yeah, it was good. It was good. It was Oreos from Sonic. Help us, Sonic. Give us money. But bomb milkshakes.
All right. No, I want to add that this week our game that we're playing while we record is Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
Absolutely.
And I had a lot of fun watching you take this gonk droid in the circle for a little while because you were struggling hard to fill all these tiles.
It's not a circle, you know. It's a really nice square. And gonks, they can't walk in squares, especially when they're made of Legos.
But they definitely can when you have Super Gonk activated.
Hey, you know what? But when you have self-destruct, the only thing you can do is hope that you don't kill yourself. So it's true, man.
Noe, there's tons of movie news this week.
Great. Let's get started then.
But the first thing that I want
Tell me they're fixing Avatar.
I wish. I'm actually going to start on the sad news.
Oh.
There's an actor. His name is Jerry Marin. Have you ever heard of him?
I have not.
Probably not, right? So Jerry Marin was 98 years old.
Oh, man.
And he passed away this past week.
Oh, that's not a sad
Jerry,
thing. That's such a full life.
That is a very full life. But Jerry Marin was the only living Munchkin from the original Wizard of Oz.
Got you.
So he was the very last Munchkin, and he passed away this week. So rest in peace, Jerry Marin. 98 years old.
What a beautiful life.
In the same realm of Little People. That's a terrible transition. I'm going to need you to pause the game, and I need you to pull up the internet. I need you to look up a few actors.
Okay.
So the first actor that I want you to look up is Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
So Ezra Miller, you'd probably recognize as soon as you pull it up. He is famous for playing the Flash. In Justice League. Mm-hmm. Okay, next I want you to look up the one, the only Ryan Gosling. You don't even need to look him up, really, right?
I'm not going to.
And then the last one is Donald Glover.
Love that guy.
Yeah. So, Noe, these are 3 actors that exist.
Okay.
And there are also 3 actors that are all in talks to be in the reboot of a beloved franchise, Willy Wonka.
Oh, no.
And all 3 of these actors are in talks to play Willy Wonka himself.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with this. But this is another classic example of Warner Brothers milking their franchises just so they can make a little more money.
Oh, no.
Noe, do you like the original Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder?
Okay, you know...
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Gene Wilder. But I also think that, like, chaotic good never dies. You know, he is the most chaotic good character I've ever seen in my life. Because he's like, there's this poor kid. I'm going to give him a business. man, I need to get it so that it doesn't look like favoritism. So I'm going to put out these golden tickets, make sure he gets one because he knows people, obviously. Right? And then he's like, man, I didn't think this through all the way. All these other kids are here now and they want it. I guess I'm going to have to kill them. It'll make sure that this kid that deserves it, he'll get the business, and sure, there's blood on my hands, but I could just disappear, and then I did something for the great chaotic good, That
is very chaotic good. Noe, do you like the reboot with Johnny Depp?
That one gave me nightmares.
See,
both of them gave me nightmares.
The one thing that I'm okay with, the one thing that I'm okay with about the Johnny Depp version, the Tim Burton movie, is that it's actually like... I'm sorry. You just self-destructed away all of the enemies on screen.
That's absolutely correct.
And I'm very proud of you.
I don't know what you want
for doing it. So I completely forgot what I was saying.
You were talking.
Oh, the thing that's cool about the Tim Burton version is that it's really close to the source material.
Yeah.
It is. It seems like page by page, directly out of the book. And that was actually Roald Dahl's biggest issue with the Gene Wilder version. It was nothing like the book. I think it would be really interesting, actually, to see Donald Glover play Willy Wonka. I think I'd be okay with it.
Oh, man, that'd be super interesting. I mean, he did a great job in our Star Wars movie Solo. So, I can expect that a little bit.
However, don't get me wrong. I still don't want this movie.
Yes, absolutely. That movie always scared me.
All right. So moving on.
Yes.
We watched a few movie trailers before we started recording.
We did.
Would you say you enjoyed all 3 of those movie trailers?
You know what? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Okay. So I'm going to start with How to Train Your Dragon 3, the hidden world, hidden kingdom, hidden grottos, Pokemon Black and White 2.
Hidden dragons.
What?
They're with us.
So we talked about dragons last week, so I thought this would be nice to touch on.
That was that was cool.
So, I didn't see How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Neither did I. I saw the first one.
I think that one's incredible.
Oh, yeah. I love the first one.
So How to Train Your Dragon 3 is coming out. This is an even farther along down their timeline. And I guess all of the dragons are extinct?
I think if I recognize everything on that trailer correctly, then the dragons are alive, but there's like other dragons and they're like hiding somewhere. Then there's that main villain that shows at the end who's trying to hunt Toothless.
And he wears a really cool dragon wingsuit.
Yes, he does actually. I also think that Toothless, everyone's favorite cat dragon, he's getting a girlfriend, so that's interesting. I think it's fascinating that we might see like a mating dance from a dragon and how the company thinks, well, this is definitely how a dragon would do a mating dance. Because that's fascinating.
Well, it reminded me of, you remember the video of the birds with like the black people voiceover?
Let
me smash. It reminded me of those birds dancing.
Yeah.
All right, so How to Train Your Dragon 3, you on board for that one?
I think so.
Could we say yes, let's go see that one?
Yeah, I think I want to see it, but I think I need to see the second one first.
Yeah.
Now I'm intrigued because if the trailer for that one, it looks really good, So if that's the case, then the other one must be good enough to bring that about,
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool, I think.
All right, Noe, I want to talk to you about Marvel.
Ooh.
And I want to talk to you specifically about Avengers 4.
Oh.
That's coming next year. So we've got our first piece of what seems... Oh, my alarm system is making noise. We're getting our first image of what seems to be concept art for the film. And so, again, I'm going to need you to pause the game for this one. It comes from a Spanish website, so I can't read any of it. But... go ahead and take a look at all this. So
Hulk is wearing clothes?
Hulk is wearing like Under Armour. And we've got Captain Marvel who's joined the crew in her classic red and blue.
Sick.
We've got Rocket and Nebula from the Guardians.
Uh-huh.
And we've got AntMan added as well. War Machine gets a costume update. We see Captain America wearing the traditional stars and stripes instead of his darker nomad look.
Yeah.
And we get Hawkeye.
Hey, I thought he died.
So, yeah, no, he didn't.
I know, but like...
He's around.
You know.
So, no, you still haven't seen Infinity War.
You're right.
But...
I see it on Tuesday.
Okay, you see it on Tuesday, but you do know everything that happens in Infinity War.
Absolutely.
So, Noe, these are your surviving Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, with the exception of I really miss Spider-Man being in the lineup.
Yeah.
But this is a really good Avengers lineup.
Yeah.
You've got three of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe. You've got Hulk and you've got Thor and Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War really made Thor out to be this hugely powerful character. But then Marvel Studios said that Captain Marvel was the most powerful character we've seen that we're gonna have seen yet.
Yeah, which is awesome.
You've got two Superman level threats on this Avengers lineup, and you got Hawkeye. So it's the thought of like you've got Captain Marvel and Thor on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Thanos is gonna win this time.
And then you get Gimpy.
Who's Gimpy? Hawkeye.
Shooting arrows.
That's like, in Deadpool 2, they make that joke where after they put the inhibitor collar on him and he starts developing his cancer again, he's like, give me a bow and arrow and I'm Hawkeye. So there's our first look, our first official look at Avengers 4.
Which is exciting.
How do you feel about Hulk wearing clothes?
Okay, here's the thing. I just watched Ragnarok again today, actually, so... Seeing Hulk, like, completely butt naked is a little bit of a foil, if you will. A little bit of the opposite of what I was expecting, seeing him in full body armor. Mm-hmm. You know, because I literally just saw Hulk naked today. So now I'm seeing him again, fully clothed, and I'm like, oh, shoot, that's right. There's a person in there.
Okay, so here's an idea. And this is not my idea. I'm not going to take credit for it. This is what I heard from New Rockstars Nerd News. They're a channel. They do all kinds of good stuff. And what they've done here is they mentioned that they believe Bruce Banner wears that like Under Armour suit. And that when he turns into Hulk, it expands with him. That way, when he transforms back into Bruce Banner... He's not having to scramble for clothes. He's got something there ready to go. Wow. So I thought it was kind of interesting.
You know what's crazy? The technology that goes into that.
Maybe it's Stark's nanobot technology.
Maybe it's just lots of elastic.
Maybe it's just really good spandex.
That's what I'm thinking,
High quality spandex. However, I also think that it probably does offer some sort of protection.
Maybe.
Because Hulk... spoiler for you, Noe, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But at the very beginning of the movie, Hulk gets his ass handed to him by Thanos.
Yep.
Completely bested.
Yep.
So, I think they might be going the more comic route of where Hulk kind of has the mind of Bruce Banner, and he can speak. And this is where Hulk wears clothes because he's aware. Yep. He's more aware. Usually what you see in that is Hulk wearing like a suit with a bow tie and he looks all fancy but he's still green and angry. So
like most businessmen.
Green and angry. Yeah. And wearing a suit.
Green with envy.
Wow, envious of who?
The person on top of them.
What if they are on top?
Then they're envious of the next person.
Then they are
There's
the Hulk.
Always a bigger fish.
Thank you for that.
I learned that from Ark Survival today.
I was actually going to say, I thought you learned that from the Phantom Menace.
No.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to the other side of comic book franchises. Noe, who's not making good decisions in filmmaking right now? And it's DC.
Is it DC?
It's absolutely DC. They're not doing that well.
Oh,
and
man.
I got really excited with Warner Brothers a few months ago when they announced that they would be making a Joker origin movie taking place in the 80s. Oh. And this movie has been rumored...
taking place in the 20s.
God. Batman wasn't even created till the 30s, Noe.
Nani?
Okay, anyways... So they were talking about making this Joker origin film in the 80s, and this has been rumored to star Joaquin Phoenix for a while. So Joaquin Phoenix is from Signs and Walk the Line and tons of other things. Her, with Scarlett Johansson. So Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker, and it sounded amazing. I was like, I'm on board with this. Martin Scorsese was going to be one of the executive producers of this project. It's like, DC, you made a good decision. In this last 7 days, DC has made one of the worst decisions I've ever heard of them making. So Harley Quinn is getting a movie.
Okay.
And that's Margot Robbie returning to the role. Okay. Cool. I'm okay with that. It's going to be called Birds of Prey, and it's rumored that the Penguin is going to be the main villain of that.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Now they've announced that same version of the Joker from Suicide Squad is going to also be getting his own movie. Jared Leto is coming back for that role. And I thought, okay, so does that mean that Joaquin Phoenix's version is canceled? No, they have not made any sort of statement saying that the other film is going to be canceled. So there's potentially 2 Joker movies coming out from one studio, taking place in separate universes, played by different actors.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. And I can already hear the DC fanboys arguing, well, Tom Holland's Spider-Man came out in a movie this year, and then we're getting Miles Morales Spider-Man at the end of the year. I go, okay, no. One of those is animated. It's very obviously different.
Yeah.
Both of these are live-action films of the same character from a universe that's already confusing. Mm-hmm. You know, nothing's very straightforward. It's like, how can any of these movies happen with Wonder Woman having done World War I? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't Wonder Woman have intervened in Man of Steel when Zod attacked? Uh-huh. Or why did Wonder Woman wait so long to show up? Why is Batman just a dick in this universe? So, Noe, what would be your advice to Warner Brothers in this situation?
Oh man, just cease and desist, maybe.
Cease and desist.
Because that confuses me. I don't go to the DC universe any longer, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me anymore.
No, I still haven't seen Justice League.
I'm not very comic savvy. Mm-hmm. So for just somebody who's trying to follow the story, it's not very good.
Right.
For that.
So, let me tell you this, Noe. I'm not a huge comic reader, but I am a pretty big comic researcher. I know a lot of what does go on in comics. That does not help when you're watching the Warner Brothers movies.
You see, there's a problem because you research the comics. I don't, and we're both equally
confused. Yes. And on the other side of the coin, and of course, people hate when you compare DC to Marvel, but they are two sides of the same coin of a successful comic book franchise and one that's failing on its coattails.
Yeah.
So if you go over to Marvel, you're not a big comic reader person,
no,
but you understand the story of the MCU.
Absolutely.
Because it's laid out for us in a nice way, but it's also not super spoon-fed to us.
Yeah.
It is to a certain extent, but there's still a lot of nuance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good. And so what I don't understand is how DC can be screwing it up this badly when they had a model of Marvel doing it for 8 years. When they did,
it's really easy to. We talked about this before in one of the other podcasts of the switching of what it would look like for Marvel to be happy and hopeful at one point, and DC to be dark and brooding, and then when Marvel goes into that dark and brooding thing, as comic books usually do, then DC switches to that hopeful, and they act as like a foil to each other with the same kind of model. It would have been really, really beneficial for, I think, moviegoers that enjoy comic books and enjoy the whole superhero thing. But two Jokers is fascinating. I hope they can pull it off somehow.
Yeah, and you know what? And I feel really bad for Jared Leto in Suicide Squad because he's an incredible actor.
Yes, he is.
But his version of Joker, as good as it might have been, we're never going to see it. It all got left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful. Again, it's hard for me to be hopeful with these DC movies, but I'm hopeful that this version of Joker will showcase who Jared Leto is as the Joker. And I'm hoping it'll redeem what was omitted from Suicide Squad. I hope it'll make me enjoy this version of Joker, because what I did see of it, I was like, well, this is cheesy and over the top and boring. And DC didn't do any cheesy, over the top, in their previous films. They seemed like they wanted to be semi-grounded, as grounded as you can be with two aliens punching it out and destroying buildings.
Sick.
But at the same time, Joker kind of works in that way of being silly and over the top.
Yeah.
But it didn't work in Suicide Squad for some reason, so maybe they can do something right this time.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And when it comes to the Joaquin Phoenix version, yes, please make an 80s crime drama starring the Joker.
That'd be cool.
As a failed 1980s stand-up comedian who gets caught in the crime business.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think it also might, maybe this is just my optimism speaking, maybe DC knows how they're tanking right now. Maybe they know. You know, the DC universe is like, okay, we need to do something. Maybe we do this last thing because there's a contract and we need to do justice to this great actor. And then maybe we could use this other thing as a way to spur on a new universe and we leave this old one behind.
Well, there's a lot of cool theories about this universe. They actually say that Ben Affleck's Batman, or I've heard a theory that says that Ben Affleck's Batman is actually the same Batman as Michael Keaton's Batman.
Huh.
And the timeline kind of lines up. And so they actually believe that Jared Leto's Joker is a fallen Robin.
Oh,
turned
that'd
around
be
and
crazy.
became, yeah. And so that allows a really cool portrayal of Jack Nicholson's Joker to exist in this universe, which is incredible. And I've been saying since 2016 when Suicide Squad came out, I said if they said that Jared Leto's Joker was a previous Robin, it excuses everything that makes this character not Joker.
Yeah.
That'd
be fascinating.
I mean, I want Warner Brothers to do well. I want them to make a movie that people can objectively enjoy.
Yeah.
Not just subjectively enjoy, because I won't lie, I really enjoy Man of Steel. I have a good time when I watch Batman vs Superman, even though it makes me angry a little bit.
Yeah.
I want them to make a good movie.
Yeah.
I want them to make their Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I want to see them make a crime drama about the Joker that doesn't just work as a comic book movie. It works as a movie.
Yeah. Oh, because honestly, dude, crime movies, those are fascinating.
Oh, they're really fun.
They're so good. So I think that we can, maybe this is a good turn. Maybe?
I hope so.
Maybe. I'm going to say that really tentatively. Maybe it's a good turn for the DC universe.
I'll continue to be hopeful for the DC universe until they announce their reboot. And then I'll be hopeful all over again.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely, I love to talk crap on the DC movies, but I genuinely want them to be good.
Yeah.
Because Batman is one of my favorite characters of all time. It's a cool hero.
Yeah.
DC Animated's doing great, though.
That's
I don't know
good.
if you watch any DC Animated movies.
I don't.
They're incredible.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. So there's their redemption. Noe, this isn't on my list and it has nothing to do with movies, but I had a thought, so I'm gonna show it to you. I went on the Vans website. I made my own shoes today. You like those?
Yo, those are sick.
Yeah.
They're like Spider-Man with the red and the blue and
Yeah, aren't those cool?
yeah. I like that a lot.
Speaking of Spider-Man and Marvel, this is also not a sponsorship, but I'd love it to be. Today, Vans and Marvel released their team-up operation, and in all Vans stores, Tilly stores, and wherever you want to go to buy Vans, they've got Marvel shoes. So one of my favorite designs is, the classic checkerboard slip-on shoes.
Yeah.
Except for at the very front, the canvas looks like it's tearing, and it's Hulk toes.
Oh, that's so cool.
And they've got socks and T-shirts and shoes. We'll take a look at them after we're done recording.
Yeah, that's cool.
Marvel Vans.
Yo, real talk though, that sounded like an actual sponsorship, and I'm actually kind of impressed right now.
Pay me, Vans, please. We're hungry.
We need food, please. We need snacks of the week.
Okay, so I want to keep talking about Marvel for a minute. This also isn't on my list. But did we talk about AntMan and the Wasp last week? No, we should have.
Yeah, we should have.
AntMan and the Wasp is a movie that's happening.
Yeah, it is. And that's exciting because Paul Rudd's hilarious.
Ant-Man's a great character.
Yeah.
And also, something to point out, Ant-Man and the Wasp are in this movie together. But in the Avengers 4 concept art, there was no Wasp.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does she die or does she just stay at home?
I'm thinking Thanos might have had an effect on her.
Huh.
Yeah. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp is a movie that's happening. It's one that I'm excited for.
Me too.
But Evangeline Lilly might have let a spoiler slip on Twitter.
Really?
Or on Instagram. She was talking about the fight for net neutrality.
Uh-huh.
And she mentioned that the previous fight was Goliath, but that this time it's Thanos. So people are speculating that she released a spoiler that Lawrence Fishburne's character Goliath is actually the primary villain of the film.
Fascinating.
And that this, I think her name's Ghost, this ghost character that we see that looks like she utilizes the quantum realm.
Yeah.
That she's kind of a side villain, but that Lawrence Fishburne's the real bad guy, which he was in Batman v Superman. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I really am, honestly.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so bad that I lost my train of thought.
We're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right. So, Evangeline Lilly might have spoiled the entire movie. There's probably supposed to be this really great moment in the movie where the rug is pulled out from underneath you and it's like, look at me, I'm Goliath and I've been the bad guy the whole time. And now that's ruined.
You know what? I appreciate a human actor.
What?
I appreciate when like actors mess up and they don't seem like these crazy things that we could never measure up to. And she's just like talking about something and she's like, yeah, here's this thing, and all of us are like, did she just spoil the whole movie on accident?
Well, that's like Tom Holland spoils everything. So on the press tour for Spider-Man: Homecoming, there was a moment where he's like, I felt so bad for my stunt double. I'm gonna do my Tom Holland impression.
Please do.
I felt so bad for my stunt double. Sound like deranged Harry Potter.
Yes, you do.
He goes, I felt so bad for my stunt double because there was one point where they took him up and they dropped him into a lake. And then he pauses and he goes, damn it. Because he knows he just spoiled a really cool moment of the movie where Spider-Man gets dropped into a lake.
And it's great because, like, we talk about, like, the Marvel universe, how they've done a great job of, like, taking actors and turning them into these heroes. Mm-hmm. So, like, you get actors that have those personalities to play that hero.
Tom Holland is pretty Peter Parker. Other than being,
absolutely.
Being a British bloke.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited. I'm kind of hoping that she did spoil the movie because for some reason it's like this really like heartfelt like cute thing for me of like, listen to them messing up. I mess up too sometimes.
Remember last year when Mark Ruffalo spoiled Infinity War? No, I went back to watch that clip because Mark Ruffalo says everybody dies in this one, which is pretty true.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where he catches himself. He almost makes it worse. He goes, oh, this one's real bad. Ha! Everybody dies. He literally almost says half. And that's an absolute spoiler for everything about the movie. Just... Alright, so back to my list.
Yes.
Tangent over, even though tangent was
technically
on topic. Bumblebee. Noe.
The extinct bugs that are slowly dying in the world?
Actually, their population numbers are rising right now.
Really?
So check your facts, Noe.
Holy crap, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, this is a podcast, Noe.
That makes me so happy.
I know, isn't that cool?
Holy crap. Guys, we're gonna live! Maybe.
Actually, did you know that bumblebees are the actual honeybees in America are the source of their own demise? Because they're an invasive species. I don't know if you knew that, but they're foreign and they killed off all the other pollinators. Mm-hmm.
Anyways. And they made them... They did what we should all do in our jobs. Make yourselves necessary.
Guys, join our new podcast. It's called Hungry Brothers Bee Cast.
Please don't. That's horrible. That's a horrible idea.
No, it really is. We're just talking about bees the whole time. And honey taste... No, this is a good idea. Taste testing honey and talking about bees.
Oh God,
for an hour and a half every week.
That'd be fascinating.
Can you imagine having to sit down twice to record for an hour and a half?
I could do it for 10 minutes.
10-minute bee cast.
Maybe we'll make it one of those bite-sized things.
Yeah, so this is a new announcement. We don't know when this is actually going to go up on YouTube, but if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is linked in the description below, we're going to start doing Hungry Brothers Bite Size. And they're going to be anywhere between, 5 and 15-minute clips of us going maybe into more detail of something we want to talk about or talk about something totally different. Maybe it's just me and Noe sitting down eating Taco Bell for 10 minutes.
I will not eat Taco Bell.
Which is like McDonald's.
I might eat McDonald's, but I will definitely not eat Taco Bell. Taco Bell will take your money, but I will not give you mine.
Okay, so we're definitely going to do an episode now where I force you to eat Taco Bell.
No!
Just so you could experience it.
I hate Taco Bell every time, right through me.
That's true.
It's like literal stones running through my inners. It's nasty. Hate it. Can't do it.
Okay, so Bumblebee.
Bumblebees.
No, it looks like Transformers might be good again.
You know, that's a big statement, Greg.
Yeah, but Michael Bay stepped away.
Yes.
And Bumblebee is a Volkswagen again.
Yes, which is super exciting.
And Starscream is a red again.
Yeah. Also, watching that trailer, we did watch it just a little bit ago. Don't know if Greg said that, but...
I did.
Okay, well, I'm saying it again. It was really cool, guys.
We actually... Okay, so one thing that people had a lot of complaints about with Transformers 27, or whatever the last one was, is that you never see the robots transform. You would just see, like, the car drive behind a building, and then it would come out of the other side of the building as a robot. And I really think that this shot in the trailer that we get of the Volkswagen transforming into a robot with Haley Steinfeld looking through it, I thought it was one of the coolest transformation sequences that we've seen in any of the movies.
Yeah,
it looked incredible. Cool. I've always hated the idea of Bumblebee as a Camaro, because Bumblebee hasn't always... He's supposed to be an underdog little car, like a Volkswagen Beetle, a bug, a bumblebee, if you will. And also another thing that I thought was really cool about this trailer is the opening narration is from Bernie Mac's character in the first Transformers movie, where he's all car picks the driver. It's a bond between man and machine. And Bernie Mac actually died, I believe, right before the first one came out, or right after. I don't remember which.
Oh wow!
So rest in peace, Bernie Mac. But his legacy lives on in Transformers.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this movie.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those ones where I would love for Transformers to be good.
Yeah.
Because Transformers is cool.
Yes, it is.
And it looks like they're taking a lot of roots from television in the 80s and 90s and really making Transformers what it's all about, and really being about the heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and Optimus Prime is still in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So then, do you think this would be one that you'd want to go see in theaters?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those, like, risky ones. You know, it's not like a definite, like a hard Wakanda. It's not a hard Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I need to see this movie. It's more
more
one
like
of those
Solo,
songs
where
of
we
like,
just kind of went.
Yeah, I could go to see that movie today. You know, it's not like one of those movies like, I know Tag. I know that's either coming out or just came out. I think that's a movie that I want to see, not because it's like super great or it's like something I've been waiting for.
No, Tag's definitely not going to win an Oscar.
No,
but I'm going to go see it because it looks fun.
Oh yeah, it looks so wholesome. It reminds me of you and of my brother.
Wow,
it's true.
We should start a game of tag.
Bro, you would lose so hard.
I really would. I'm not very fast.
I'm not either, but I'm stronger than you.
I would have to swindle you. I have to get you at a bad moment.
Ooh.
Where it would be like completely inappropriate to try and tag me back.
Oh. So the entire concept of the movie Tag.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, there's that clip in the trailer.
Where is it there at the funeral?
His dad's funeral. He would have really wanted you to be it.
So, Noah's recommendations. Yeah, risk it with Bumblebee. And also go see Tag.
Yeah, let's go see Tag.
Yeah.
All right, Noe, I have got... one more thing to talk about, and this is my big hit for movie news because I'm really excited for this one. Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse is the official name of the film.
Ooh.
So this is a film that is seemingly focused on the Miles Morales version of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, so this isn't Tom Holland, is what you're telling me?
This is not Tom Holland.
Fascinating.
It's in a separate universe.
Okay.
Tom Holland definitely will not show up in this movie.
Oh, that's fun.
So we watched the trailer for this, and it focuses on a character that I have a lot of issues with. And before...
Miles Morales' dad.
No, Miles Morales himself.
Got it. Okay, moving on.
So, and that's a really controversial thing to say, because when you say me as a person with pretty pale skin,
yeah,
if I say I don't like Miles Morales, they go, oh, well, you're racist and you don't like him because he's black. I go, no, that's not the case. I don't like him because he's not that good of a character. Noe, how interesting would it be to you if, what's a good example? Let's say Batman dies in the comics.
Okay.
And Nightwing, Dick Grayson, becomes Batman.
All right.
But his personality reverts to being exactly the same as Bruce Wayne. How unsatisfying would that be?
That's not very interesting.
Exactly. So Miles Morales,
you want to see your character with their own spin.
Exactly.
On what that.
So Miles Morales in the comics, his entire deal is he says, "What would Peter Parker do? How do I do this like Peter Parker? How can I be a carbon copy of Peter Parker because he just died and we don't want a really great character like Spider-Man to go away?" When Spider-Man works as a concept because anybody can be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's why Stan Lee gave him a mask. That's why he's Stan Lee's favorite. Anybody can be in that mask. You can be in that mask. I can be in that mask.
I wouldn't be good at it. Don't got the webs.
A half black, half Mexican guy.
Yeah.
Can be behind that mask. But it's uninteresting when you're the same as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So one part of this trailer that really stuck out to me is Peter Parker says to Miles, "Don't try to do it like me. Do it like you would do it. Be your version of Spider-Man." And I go, oh, they're going to try and fix every single problem that came about in the comics of how Miles Morales is uninteresting. Sorry, we saw my Xbox profile picture.
It's
and
just
now
a Mudkip, and it's like super dumb looking, and at the bottom it says bottom text, and like super dumb.
I got it. It's in the graphic.
Yes.
It's in the graphic.
Yes.
Or maybe it just is the graphic this week.
Oh no. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be.
It should be our gamer profiles.
Actually, it's definitely not going to be the entire graphic, but it'll be in there.
It should be both yours and mine.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Deal. So into the Spiderverse, you get Miles Morales.
Yeah.
And you get an older, washed-up Peter Parker. And
He's funny.
I think this works because also I was listening to this from. This is also New Rockstars Nerd News. Noe, how much money do you think a freelance photographer would actually make? Enough to support himself, you think? No. Enough to support himself in New York City? No, definitely not. And imagine, Noe, the psychological strain of having to be 15 years old and be responsible for saving an entire city time after time after time.
God.
Can you imagine how messed up of a person you would be?
Yeah.
So I love the concept of Peter Parker being messed up as an adult because of everything that he had to deal with as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you had to be responsible for the small town you live in at 15 years old.
Wild.
How much would that mess you up? Yeah.
A lot.
And so one line that I really enjoyed is he's eating a burger in the trailer. And he says, I can't afford this burger. I'm not very liquid right now. Meaning that all of his money is tied up in other things because he makes nothing as a freelance photographer. So, and we got one other big reveal for a character. We got a look at Spider-Gwen.
And I've always loved her like little uniform outfit thing.
Yes.
I think it's super cool.
And so I believe this is actually the quickest turnaround of a character being introduced in the comics and then coming to film. Spider-Gwen's only been around for a few years. And she's already in a film. She's played by Haley Steinfeld, who is the same actress as in Bumblebee. So she's getting a lot of attention in this podcast.
Good for her.
And I absolutely love Haley Steinfeld. She's either an Oscar winner or Oscar nominated.
Sick.
For True Grit. She was 14 years old.
Jeez.
I'm going to look up if she won or not.
That's wild.
Did Haley Steinfeld vote for Trump? That was the first search result, I promise. Win an Oscar.
Answer us, Google, did she?
Answer us, Google, did she? Oh, so Noe's finally getting back into the game here. Yeah, she won the Academy Award. Oh, no, never mind. No, she didn't. Oh, I'm sad now. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress at the age of 14.
Wow.
Yeah, which is incredible.
That's wild, man.
Man. Okay. Do I have anything else on my list? No, Noe. It is your turn.
All right, guys.
You want to drop out and I'm going to play this time?
Here, you can take this controller.
No.
Okay.
I have a better controller than that one.
How do I drop out?
Oh, hit resume. Now try it.
All right.
There you go. Okay.
We begun.
Noe, you're bringing us the finest of E3.
Oh, yes. So we all know that E3 has been scheduled from today till sometime in the middle of this next week. And this podcast is coming out on the first day of E3. And this day is dedicated to EA's reveals. So EA had a really bad year last year. We all know this. We talked about it a little bit last podcast about selling out and boxes that you pay for that you shouldn't have to pay for, and just wanting your hand in people's wallets, and it was wrong. We all know it. But EA had some fun things, I think, planned for us in their reveals today.
But no apology, right?
They came out right in the beginning, immediately saying, like, hey, we're not doing this stuff. Not this year. So it wasn't a
true apology, but it was apologetic enough. It was
enough, them saying, like, hey, we jumped the gun here. This was a bad mistake. We're not going to do that again. That's enough, It wasn't super thought out, and it wasn't a great, I think, ridiculous way to start off this this conference, but it did the job, So EA had a couple of announcements. So after being announced last year, BioWare finally revealed its big reveal, rather, Anthem. Yep. So Anthem is an RPG game, and it's set in like this hostile, futuristic world. People are in like power suits or whatever, and we watched the trailer a little bit before this, and they're hunting monsters, and it's cool looking.
Can I give my really main opinion on it?
Please do.
It looks generic.
Yeah.
It looks like every other game that you have future people fighting monsters, trying to survive. And I gotta say, I'm really not on board for it, because it looks like Mass Effect. It looks like Halo. It looks like Crysis.
Absolutely.
And what I love about the rest of EA's panels, it looks like a lot of real original content.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more with this. So it looks a lot like Mass Effect.
Anthem just looks bland to me. And maybe it'll play well. Cool. But it's not going to change my opinion.
We'll be seeing. For people who really enjoy those types of games, it's definitely something to look forward to. This is going to be released on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One in 2019 in February.
February of 2019.
So
if you're looking for a good Valentine's Day present,
don't get that. Because, if you're looking for a good Valentine's Day present, you go somewhere and you do something nice, or like go for a nice walk on the beach, or do something cute. Don't buy a video game.
No.
Unless that's like what they really want, then whatever floats your boat. Next on the docket list, though, is Battlefield 5. We knew this was coming out, and it feels like the rest of them, but it is announced that Battlefield 5 is going to have, going along with the trend right now, it's going to have a Battle Royale mode. Greg is cringing, and he should be.
It's my one issue with games right now, man, is that Battle Royale is just such a gimmick. There's no real gameplay behind Battle Royale.
You're right.
And I hate it for that reason.
So
it's dumb. It stinks, and I don't like it.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. But Battlefield 5 is going to be set in World War II, which is exciting because the previous Battlefield that we just got was super fun.
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1 was super fun with the whole old World War I kind of stuff and horseback, and so it'll be interesting to be seeing you play through in multiplayer at least versus maybe the Nazis or the Allies versus the Axis.
I told you last week all that I want is Bad Company 3.
Oh, that'd be bomb.
So
all I want is to go on a single player mission where you have to kill Hitler. I know it's a long shot and it's not historically accurate.
Play Sniper Elite, my friend.
I mean, yes, but
you can. Okay, so my favorite thing about Sniper Elite is that you get really cool death shots. If you get like a headshot, it shows the skull. You can shoot Hitler in the testicles.
Wild.
Yeah, I'll show you a clip.
Everyone's dream,
it's
really.
A lot of fun. Yeah,
but I think it'd be super cool to go on like a super like SEAL Team 6 against Hitler. You go in the bunker, you stop him from committing suicide. You do it yourself. Super dumb. I think it's crazy, and it's not historical, and I hate it, but I think it'd be fun.
Hitler dies in Inglourious Bastards.
Yes, he does. So yeah, Battlefield 5 for our hardcore Battlefield fans. Sure, do your thing, but I'm a little bit more excited for these next couple of games that are coming out pretty soon. So Unravel. Unravel is an EA game, and I didn't play it either, but from what I researched, it's a game where you follow the protagonist of the story, Yarny, who is a little adorable yarn monster, and he has this little yarn.
I want you to watch me for a second, just chasing Jingle Fett.
He has this little yarn. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. But Yarny has this little piece of himself that is connected, and it, according to the developers, it represents love and that nothing breaks the bond. And then they start off with the sequel, Unravel 2. And what happens?
You get co-op.
But how do you get co-op?
Oh,
first, your little yarn thing breaks.
Yeah, you lose it's like so your source of magic, right?
You lose like your love or whatever, and that's how they're talking about it in the trailer that we were watching.
Man, EA has some sad stuff coming out this year.
It does, and these are like
Battlefront 2 Clone Wars package.
But it's super interesting because we're getting co-op with this game, and the way that they said this is you have two yarn people, and they decide to start fresh. It's a game of healing. It's a game of fun.
That's beautiful.
And the developers have put a lot of heart and love into this game. So I'm excited. I think I'm going to play it. It's little indie games like this that end up making a big impact and remind you what video games can be.
Yeah. So how much control does EA have over this franchise other than just saying, here's the money, make the game?
Well, I'm not actually sure about that, but this does not seem to reflect any of the other EA sponsored games that have been coming out recently. It's a completely different turn.
Because
it's a platformer.
It reminds me of an indie game.
It is an indie game in all aspects of the word. So I'm going to be excited to see how that turns out and to follow Yarny in his new adventure with his new friend of starting fresh and finding hope in dire circumstance. So that'll be fun. That is going to be released. It was actually released immediately. It is out right now on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
I gotta tell you, I want to play the first one real bad.
I also want to play the first one.
And then you and I can play the second one.
Absolutely. And I'm 100% in. So we're talking about heartfelt EA releases or announcements. And the next one is another indie game. And let me tell you,
this one might be my favorite announcement.
It's beautiful. It's super pretty. So Sea of Solitude was just announced for early 2019 on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So Sea of Solitude, or SOS, as the creators call it and the devs call it, Sus. It is a game that focuses on this concept, and I quote, "When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters."
Which is terrifying.
And that's terrifying. And we follow this story and this concept literally with our protagonist, Kay, who's lonely and is turning into a monster as a result of it. So she's trying to figure out how to not be lonely and how to revert back to being fully human. So it's dark and it's melancholy, but it's a beautiful looking game. And hearing the devs talk about it at the conference a little bit, and the videos that we watched about how heartfelt that can be and what they're expecting this game to speak to the gamer, is exciting, because you can get one of two types of play. You can either get your regular surface level play of just enjoying a beautiful game, or you can play it for the deeper content and really wrestling with these things of what does it look like to deal with loneliness and to accept these darker parts of ourselves just as we want to accept the happier parts. So that's going to be super exciting. I'm looking forward to that game, and I definitely think I'm going to get it, because I don't think there's a person in this world that can't relate to being lonely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's absolutely such a relatable thing. And so to see a game like that, I think would be very fun and very entertaining. So, our last thing for EA is Star Wars. And so there wasn't a game necessarily released, but we do have some major teases.
Well, we are getting DLC for Battlefront.
Well, you know, we're not talking about Battlefront because that was a disaster.
No, but people are getting what they asked for.
Yeah, they are, and that's good. That's good. You're right. We are getting some Clone Wars material from Battlefront 2, so we're getting playable versions of Anakin, Count Dooku, General Grievous, and Obi-Wan. And apparently there's an expansion arriving for Solo, a Solo-themed expansion.
That's already there. That's already here.
That's right. That was the 12th, right?
That's current, yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun. People are starting to get things from EA that they were asking for, which is a good sign. But I want to talk to you, Greg, about this thing that we saw a little bit ago. So the developer of Titanfall, Respawn, has hinted at a new Star Wars game that they talked before the EA
Respawn
show.
is still owned by EA, yes?
This is true. You should definitely watch that video because it's hilarious.
I'm gonna leave the link. The link is below.
The link is below. It's hilarious, and me and Greg were laughing at how high this guy was. So he announced, first off, the name, and he's been working with George Lucas, to create this sort of universe, which is exciting. You know, we're getting some more Star Wars stuff. It's called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So this is a game that is going to be released in 2019 during the holidays, so Christmas-esque. Great Christmas present for your Star Wars nerds.
Unless your kid Oh, you already said Star Wars nerds.
Haha! I'm ahead of you this time.
Somehow you managed to be. I'm proud of you. It doesn't happen very often.
You're absolutely correct. But this game is set after Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and before Episode 4, during the Dark Times, where the Jedi are being hunted by the Empire.
Good.
Which is sick. We have some hints that we might be playing as a Force user and a lightsaber wielder, which is cool, I guess. But the thing that stood out most to me about this reveal was how dumb the guy was that was speaking these things. Not like intelligence-wise, but just the way he was presenting it was just hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
You could almost see him smoking a joint before suggesting these things, and it was so great. So the links below, we look forward to that. And next week, we'll be talking about the rest of the E3 conference and what was released. So we're excited about that, but that's all the video game news I have today. Greg, you had something else?
I do. So, man, we really didn't hit that much time today.
No, we did not. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't worry, we can talk for hours about other things if we want to.
That is true. Noe, what kind of stuff are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you reading?
Oh, okay.
Talk to me.
Okay, so if I'm thinking like media stuff, most people that are close to me know that I hate media generally. I hate television. Netflix is the only place that I'll really dabble with that. Hulu, it's starting to grow on me, and so I found out I'm a very big anime fan, even though I'm not super into it.
Right.
Every anime that I've watched, I've liked. But my brother and I started watching a new anime recently called My Hero Academia. And it follows this little kid, and it's in this world where people sort of just start developing superpowers. And the way that it works is 70 to 80% of the population are born with a superpower of some sort. It's called a quirk, and it develops as you get older and you get better with it and using it. And so it develops like this sort of superhero being the top job that you want. The government pays superheroes to keep everyone safe. And our main protagonist starts off without one, and he is of the 20% that will never grow a power. And he ends up getting one in very strange ways, and we all expected this. Any anime person knows somehow you're gonna get something to stand up with the rest of the people or stand out. So he ends up getting one, and watching the weird little, like, it's like a high school, right? And watching these little kids like have sexual jokes with each other is hilarious for some reason, because you're like, these are literal children, and one of them's like, oh my god, I want, and they're like lusting over like their classmates, and it's hilarious. And then there's like this whole like wholesome me against the world, I'm gonna be a hero, I want to be for the greater good, and it's like, wow, me too, man. I also want to be a hero, I guess.
I dig it. Noe, do you watch dubbed anime or subbed anime?
All right, so I'm not cross-eyed, so I can't watch subbed.
Well, then you're a pleb.
Absolutely, I'll gladly accept that. It's very hard for me to watch subbed anime because you have to read things and then you have to watch things at the same time, and I can't multitask like that. I'm not that talented. So I watch dubbed anime so I can understand it, and then watch and see what's going on for little details and stuff, because that's a little more interesting to me than just reading and then catching a glimpse of something that's happening every once in a while, you know? So, dubbed anime, hate me if you want, but you know what? That's okay. I'll accept it.
All right. So, Noe, I found something that I want to talk about.
Oh, no.
But before we get there, just tell me, what are you listening to? And maybe if you're reading anything.
All right. I've been on a John Mayer binge. So I
love me some John Mayer.
Oh, man, dude. It trips me out, dude. He could do some crazy things. I watched an interview with him where he's like, yeah, so this is how you songwrite, you know? And then he just plays the sick lick and starts singing over it. And then I'm like, that's a song right there. How are you doing this? I don't understand his understanding of just
he's
how
fantastic.
Everything flows. I was like, wow, you're bomb, dude. I appreciate your music. And actually, I'm not reading right now because I've been too involved in Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely can go wrong with Minecraft.
Oh, yeah. and I have. There's like a new update apparently.
Oh,
it's
really?
been a while since I played, and now there's like fish in the ocean, and you can see them, and there's dolphins, and it's crazy.
That's fun.
Yeah, dude. I was there last night playing Minecraft for like 3 hours just exploring the ocean, and you know how you need like potions to be underwater? I was like, nope, I'd rather drown here looking at these beautiful things than use potions because it's too much work. But
dig it.
Crazy stuff, man.
No, that's really cool. I mean, I love Minecraft.
There's like tridents now.
A new weapon?
Yeah, like new weapons and.
Were you playing on PC or is this on
console?
console?
No, this is on console.
Wow,
it's cool, dude.
That is cool. I'm gonna have to jump in a game at some point.
Yeah,
fun. All right, Noe, who is the worst character of Overwatch?
Oh, absolutely Genji when he's asking for healing. But in all honesty, my opinion is Symmetra. I hate her with a passion.
Not anymore.
I heard the rework, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about it. I haven't read up on the rework, surprisingly, even though I love Overwatch.
So I'm going to go through this article. This comes from DoubleTap.com, video game news website.
Papa Jeff, what do you have for me?
I just want to tell you that the headline of the article is Symmetra rework crowns Sombra as the worst hero in Overwatch.
Oh, okay, that's big news because I'm good with Sombra, let me tell you.
So it's Symmetra reigned as the worst hero in Overwatch for a very long time. Situational hero, and her effectiveness was greatly fluctuated based on what game mode you were playing, what map you were on.
Absolutely,
she's garbage. But even when she was peaked, she was not the most viable.
She was not a viable option.
She was not a viable defense hero.
No, you'd easily want a Torbjorn in your higher level ranks, Bastion in your lower level ranks, but Symmetra is such a niche hero.
No, Bastion is for high level ranks because Bastion's the hardest character in Overwatch.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, so Overwatch is getting a new and improved Symmetra in the next few weeks, and now Sombra is the worst. So
now here's my question:
Symmetra's probably going to need some tweaking because they made her really powerful.
Now here's my question: so is Sombra the worst objectively, or is she just garbage?
Probably a little bit of both.
Because I play Sombra pretty actively, and if you know what you're doing, you can do some damage. You know, she's not the greatest offense hero, but she does have a lot of utility in like hacking people and you know.
So one change to Symmetra is that. You have to aim now.
Good.
So you're not. It's not as low skill anymore. But
nothing more frustrating.
I don't know if it was this way already, but as she lands more shots, her damage increases. So she's a serious threat. But now you have to aim for it,
which is good.
So right clicks explode are more spammable. I don't know what that means.
Okay. But
what is Symmetra's right click? I guess that would be. Phasing through barriers and heroes. Thanks to its lazy flight speed, however, that damage is a rarity. Now Symmetra's right clicks are speedier and implode on impact, causing contact and splash damage.
Fascinating. That's good, I think.
The turrets are fewer, but stronger.
Okay.
So she used to be able to place 6 turrets. Now she can launch 3 turrets across the map,
which lets her place them in really weird locations and gives a little more.
They'll stick to whatever they hit first.
That's good.
And they deal way more damage, and they slow down players.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's a little OP, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no, they made her really strong. And so probably what it is that Sombra is just becoming less and less viable as a hero as everyone else is getting reworked.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That happens with Overwatch, and you revamp a character, and then other ones become obsolete because they were counters to that character.
And did a hero die yet? Did Papa Jeff kill someone?
I don't think so, but I'm hoping.
It's going to be Mercy.
I hope it's not.
It's going to be, though.
I hope it's not, because...
I already said this. We have Moira.
I know we have Moira.
Mercy's useless.
But it's not about that more than it is about story. And you want to know who I'm hoping is going to die? Soldier. Because that would be heartbreaking.
That would be pretty heartbreaking. Or Rhine.
Oh no! Don't kill Reinhardt.
But he's a shield.
I have been called. I must answer. It's a good impression, right?
Him being
old.
Him being killed would really make a lot of sense because him dying protecting Overwatch be a really beautiful
and
moment.
Also would make sense that we're getting everyone's new babe for Overwatch, Brigitte.
Was it really pronounced Brigitte? It's just her name was Bridget.
It's not Bridget. It's Brigitte because
spelled Bridget.
Torbjorn is
that's Torbjorn's daughter, right?
Yeah, she's banging too. But she was Reinhardt's squire in the lore. So if Reinhardt dies,
does she don the suit?
Does she don the suit?
That'd be kind of wild.
I don't think she'd don the suit.
So does that mean that all the Brigitte? Does that mean that all you get is just a Reinhardt skin that's Brigitte?
That'd be wild. I don't think that it'll don the suit. I don't think she'll don the suit because I don't think she can because Reinhardt's like 10 feet tall or however big he is. The guy's a monster. But it would make a lot of sense story-wise of like Brigitte comes in, she's studying under Reinhardt dies, and then she takes up the mantle of being the shield for Overwatch.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool, you know? But I would be sad if he died. Because I love Reinhardt.
So
I connect with him most of all the characters.
She's basically part Rein, part Torbjorn, right?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine a shield made entirely out of Torb turrets. Okay, Noe, I found some TV news for you. We're rounding out with some random news this year. HBO has ordered a spin-off prequel pilot for Game of Thrones.
Oh.
So we get a Game of Thrones prequel probably after...
Hopefully after
what, season 9?
Season
9. It's going to
nine.
be the end of Game of Thrones. Did George R.R. Martin ever release his final book?
I'm pretty sure he's been doing literally anything else.
That's true. You know, Adam Baskovich kind of reminds me of George R.R. Martin. Yeah. Basky, we love you, man. Oh, he joined us.
Oh, good.
He's been listening.
Good stuff, man.
I appreciate him for it. So yeah, Game of Thrones, Symmetra's OP. Maybe Symmetra was buffed to be a counter to Moira.
Maybe. That would make sense. But really, the person that they should be countering right now is Brigitte. Because is
Brigitte playable right now?
She is meta-wrecking right now.
Meta-wrecking, okay.
She's terrifying. Because she has like stun. She has like a little shield. And whenever she's in battle and like blocking and hitting people, she heals passively.
That's awful.
She's like simultaneously a tank and a support.
So I want to let you know that until just right now, I didn't even know that Brigitte was a playable character.
She's awesome, dude.
How long has she been playable?
I don't know. Long enough to ruin the meta. I love her though.
I thought Moira was busy ruining the meta.
No, that's a little bit ago.
I haven't played in a long time.
But now you have Brigitte who can just jump in and like stun people and just start smacking at them. How do you get away from that, you know? It makes Overwatch a viable competitive option. And it's very fun. Even though I haven't been playing a little bit, I have been watching my brother play. And this is how meta
breaking. Still like Genji, man.
Yes. But this is how meta breaking Brigitte is. He was playing with some friends the other night, and they were so good that they were reported for cheating because of how meta breaking
what a bunch of wieners
Brigitte is. So that's fun, and that's exciting.
So, when it comes to Overwatch, do you remember that thing when did Overwatch come out? 2015?
Yeah, I think it's 2 years old.
This probably came from 2016, but there was a meme of a student's detention slip that he said he got sent to detention for calling another kid a Hanzo main.
My daughter got sent to detention for calling another kid a Hanzo main.
Honestly, I would have never been prouder of my own child.
Oh, me too,
if they called someone a Hanzo main.
I mean, now Hanzo's terrifying, apparently.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because they reworked Hanzo, and now he's, I guess, like a viable sniper from short distance, which is fascinating.
I hate it.
Because now Hanzo, what he can do is with his secondary ability, used to be like the locate thing, right? Now it's a multi-arrow, where he just, like, rapid slings arrows and just instant
That
death.
sounds awful.
And it's crazy. I'm not sure if that's the thing that was... No, the scatter arrow was replaced with that. So that's fun.
Scatter arrow was broken, wasn't it?
It was broken. It was kind of dumb. But now there's like a skill base to Hanzo, and I think people are really liking him. So that's fun.
That is cool. All right, Noe, I guess to wrap things up, I'll cover a little bit of what I'm listening to and what I'm watching and what I'm reading. I'm not reading anything. I'm busy. I have a job. And when I have free time, I sit with you and record a podcast. You know how sad my existence is? You know how sad that is for me?
Hey, this is your idea.
I know, it was my idea. And actually, I'm having a lot of fun.
Me too. It is a sad idea, but it is fun. It's a sad and a fun idea.
So what I'm watching...
Like Minecraft.
Oh. So what I've been watching lately is I've sat down and watched a few episodes of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay.
And that's a fun show. And I love Kobe Smulders. She plays Robin. She also plays Maria Hill in the Marvel movies. It's good comedy. I was a little deterred from it because it has a laugh track. I've never been a fan of laugh track. I think it's a crutch.
Yeah.
But How I Met Your Mother doesn't use it like that, and that's why I hate Friends. Statements that shouldn't be controversial. Friends is not good.
Oh man, I loved that.
It's not
show.
Funny. It's not funny. It's not good. I'm sick of it. I don't care.
My favorite thing is the memes that come from the intro.
So
no one told you life was gonna be this way. You know, simple things.
Yeah,
it's the simple things in life that make this world go round.
So that's what I've been watching. I've also been I sit down and I watch a little bit of The Office here and there.
It's fun.
That's one that I can keep going back to and watch multiple times. I'm not really watching anything else. I saw Solo last week.
Yeah, I just finished season 2 of Tokyo Ghoul.
That sounds like anime.
It is an anime.
And you're not a weeb?
Wild, dude. It is wild.
Why? How do you? No, serious question, Noe. How do you claim that you're not a weeb when all you do is watch anime?
I'm pretty sure weebs are people that like prefer Japanese culture over ours. But I'm Mexican and I love my culture.
That's true.
So
fair enough.
I can be Mexican and appreciate other people's culture and still love my culture way more than I love other people's cultures.
I can get behind that.
Because there is nothing better in this world than on a cold day just going inside and eating a bunch of tamales with your family and listening to Vicente Fernandez. It's great.
I want to let you know that it feels like Christmas after you said that.
I know. Isn't that so nice?
Okay.
I want some tamales
and
now,
so
dang it.
What I've been listening to is really basic. Because I've never been the type of person to pursue pop music, but I heard one of Camila Cabello's songs on the radio, and it wasn't Havana, because Havana's actually a song that I don't enjoy. But I heard her song "Never Be the Same." I was like, you know what? I need to go listen to the rest of her album, and oh my goodness, the rest of her album is incredible.
Wow, that's cool.
She's a very skilled singer. So Camila Cabello comes from Fifth Harmony.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she left Fifth Harmony to pursue her own career,
as musicians do.
As musicians do, and she's passing with flying colors right now, to say the least. And Fifth Harmony is not happy about it. So after she departed, in the 2017 Video Music Awards, when Fifth Harmony performed, there was the 4 of them, and there was a body double to represent Camila Cabello, and they yanked her off the stage with a rope.
Wow.
Yeah, it was all bad. So tons of drama, but Camila Cabello's album is really good. I highly recommend it if you just want... It's easy listening. It's easy to listen to. I showed you that one song off of it.
Yeah. She has the runs, dude.
She does have the runs.
Me too after that milkshake. Kidding.
I thought it was after Taco Bell.
Yeah. Not denying there. That's not my favorite not my favorite thing, Greg.
Oh, you know what, Noe? I didn't even ask you. I'm gonna revert back to Willy Wonka for a little while.
Oh no!
So there's those 3 actors: Donald Glover, Ryan Gosling, and Ezra Miller. Who would you prefer to see as Willy Wonka in this movie that neither of us want?
Oh,
but who would you want to play Willy Wonka?
Ryan Reynolds with the Detective Pikachu voice.
God, why would you even? Ew! I was actually thinking Ryan Gosling. I think he would be a good Wonka.
Oh God!
I hate you.
Yeah, you should. You should hate me.
I really should.
Oh man,
well,
dude.
I want to thank you all for tuning in and listening to us BS for a little while.
Oh, God.
I really thought that we wouldn't have had to improvise for 20 minutes here at the end. I thought we had enough content.
I didn't think so. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
But that's okay. We had a good time. So thanks so much for watching. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to us on Podbean. And if you're listening to us on Podbean, there is a link to our YouTube channel right below. And if you're listening to us on YouTube,
make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Make sure you subscribe here.
There's like that little bell thing, right, to get notifications.
You can hit the little bell icon to get our notifications, because as a small and growing media, YouTube's not always going to notify you when we upload, because people aren't watching our videos.
Yeah.
So hit the bell icon if you're subscribing to us on YouTube, and of course also follow that link and subscribe to us on Podbean as well. It's a really convenient way to listen. I don't know if you've messed around with the Podbean app at all, but it plays music, or not music, it plays the podcast just how it would to play music. So you can lock your phone, you can use other applications.
That's fun.
It's not as inconvenient as YouTube tends to be, where you have to keep it open all the time. And I mean, clearly, it can sometimes be a hassle to keep your YouTube app open for an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. So subscribe to us on Podbean. Keep up to date with us on YouTube, because Hungry Brothers Bite Sized is coming.
Yeah, we'll be doing stupid things and some not so stupid things for short bursts of bite-sized entertainment. So we're excited to bring that to you guys, and to bring shame and disappointment to ourselves and our family.
Wow. Of course, you could follow us on Twitter at HungryBrosPod. That's going to be linked below as well. And no, you don't have any personal social media, do you?
I do not.
No. Well, you can follow me on Instagram. That's at grandiloquent_mediocrity, which is an oxymoron, by the way. I did that on purpose.
It's also a really cool name.
It's a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
So you can follow me there to see. It's like a hobby page. I do a lot of like Nerf gun customizations, and I'm going to be starting work on a cosplay here pretty soon. So pictures will be going up on the Instagram there. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. That's what those shoes are for, by the way.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So make sure. So follow me there.
Also, if you guys want to play Minecraft with us, you can add us on Xbox for Mini5 for Greg and Savage922 for myself.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
So, again, thanks so much for listening to us. And
we're sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, bye, guys.